Hello, and welcome to I'm Not Trying to Kill You. I'm your host, Ashton. Sorry for the delay, we had some technical issues. But we're all here now, and we're all going to play The Fall of Magic. Some of us have played. Actually, none of us have played this before. Some of us have seen it played, and some of us have read the rules, and some of us have done none of that. And it's up to you to work out which of those is who. Um, we're going to be
Just
playing
feels like it's not going to be
today.
hard.
We're going to be playing today over the first half of the game, and then we're going to play the second half of the game next week. And then so that we can like split it up and play nice and slowly, and not like feel like we're rushed, because it's quite a thoughtful game. It's got it's not very system heavy. There's not a lot of like mechanics and like tactics and all those sorts of things. It's it's pretty much like it's mostly about us telling a story together as a conversation. Um, so, without further ado, um, let's introduce our people. Um, I'm Ashton. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I make tabletop and digital games and stream stuff on the internet. Emily, what's your name? What are your pronouns? What do you do?
Hello, I'm Emily. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I am an artist and filmmaker. You can find me on Twitter at Blackwall Says. And yes, I'm one of the people who knows nothing about this game. I'm very in the dark, but that's exciting.
Cool.
Yep. My name's Carrie. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm Red19 on Twitter, and I work in IT, and have had a lot of fun watching the streams prior to now.
Now you're joining in.
Yeah.
Jess.
Yes, I'm Jess. My pronouns also are she, her, hers. Look at all of us.
Lady team.
I am a researcher and, well, a psychology researcher and a game writer, and I am on Twitter at ZametJess.
Cool. Awesome.
I also have no idea what's going on right now, so.
That's good. It's fine. It's fine. All right. So, let me just bring up some things for us. I'll bring up. I'll see if I can put into. I can put this section of the rules into the. Gosh. Into our window so that we can all read it together. If I can find it. All right. So, just grab this again so I can. One of the things that I need to go over when we're playing games online together is we need to talk about our red card or X card. If because we're playing a story game and we're talking about things that have emotions attached that we care about, and there's stories that are fantastical. They might go to places that are not all of us are comfortable with. So if at any point you're uncomfortable with what's happening in our game, we need you to, we have two options. One is we have a verbal thing. If you say red card or X card, we're going to know that means you're uncomfortable. Or if you put your hand up to the screen like this, to your webcam, that's our other way of knowing that you need us to just slow down and like maybe tap out of what's going on. We're not going to ask any questions about like why you're upset or anything like that. We're not going to gosh darn it, stop it. We're not going to like make any judgments about any of those things. We might ask what's the specific thing you'd like us to move on from so that we know not to come back to it. But apart from that, we're going to like just respect the fact that like some people have boundaries that we need to take care of. With Full of Magic, this is a story game. Sorry, is everyone okay with those red card, that red card system? Cool. All right. Cool. So, Full of Magic is a story game, and I'm going to read a bit of text from the rules here. A good game session should give that feeling of excitement and connection, like a good conversation. All those same rules apply about good being. The same rules apply as being a good conversationalist. Listen, ask questions, bear witness to the things that inspire you, your fellow players, and let us know what inspires you. The other thing is, when we're playing this game, it's important to think small. And when it's time to make something up, think small. Don't plan too far ahead. Let the story be a wondrous beast we chase, but never capture. Ask questions with no clear answer. Raise conflicts with no ready solution. By letting go, the story we find together will be more profound than anything you might have planned alone. Also, this is social fantasy. So, Full of Magic is social because play centers around characters, relationships, and explorations of culture. It is fantasy because things are possible that are not possible in our daily lives. This world will come to life when we treat the characters as if they were alive. Make them diverse, nuanced, and sometimes contradictory. Use this space to reimagine and explore without restrictions and stereotypes around race, class, and gender that we experience outside of the game. So we're going to really focus on on just telling our story. And going through and finding the space for that, and leaving space for the story to kind of tell itself as well. As far as setup, what our players should see on the screen, it's chat. You get to see a little bit extra, lucky you. But I'm using Fog of War to like hide off some from our players because that's the bit that we're focusing on at the moment. And so I'm going to reveal sections as we move along. The first thing that we need to do is make sure that everyone has a character in Roll20. I'm just going to assign Justice to her because I remember that I forgot to do that. Cool. Alright, each of you should have a character in your journal that you can like make notes on. So if you click the little edit button, you should be able to like make notes in the bio section. But the first thing that we do is I have to read this particular piece of text, which is, magic is dying. And the Magus is dying with it. We travel together to the realm of Umbra, where magic was born. Then we each choose a name for our character. We choose a name from the list of chosen names in the scroll there. So does anyone have one that they want?
I like them all.
They're all good names.
Let me have a look here. Let us see.
I like Elamura.
Cool, you're Elamura. Good job.
So if no one feels strongly about that, I'll take it.
Go
Go
for
for
it.
it.
It's yours.
There's a Justice in there. Oh my goodness. I think though if I play Justice, I'll end up playing my actual character Justice, and that's probably not helpful.
No, I think
I
you
like
should decide.
Caspian.
Yeah, cool.
I reckon. I think I'd like Caspian.
I like Fawn.
I'm choosing between Kabu or River, I think. I might go with River. Because it's a little bit... Oh, I have to give myself a character. I get a character. Oh my gosh. This is exciting. I don't normally get a character here.
No.
Alright, cool. Now, once we've done that, we've chosen our names, we choose our title. So each player chooses a title from the options listed on the map down here. So you can choose this. You can choose the same title if you want, or but like there's lots of options. So each location has 3 title options. So you become.
What is a crab singer?
I don't know, but that's great.
Someone
It's
may
pretty
ask.
great.
Like, it means what you want it to mean, right?
Mm.
Like, we're telling the story.
Okay.
Mm.
I want it to mean so many things. Oh.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, I like to like find out as that goes, right? Like, we'll just pick one and be like, oh, I'm gonna find out what that means.
Yeah, it's like fox or raven could be literal foxes or ravens,
Yeah.
or people who have those qualities. Yeah, or both.
I like to think of Fox as being like Kath from Kath and Kim, where she's like a foxy lady.
Ah, yes. A fox of Mistwood.
Yeah.
I'm sort of, I kind of like Fox, but I also kind of like Gollum of Ravenhall. That is kind of interesting to me as well.
I think I want to be midwife of Barleytown.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm gonna make a note on my character. So in edit, should I put that in the name or should I put it in the bio and info?
I'd go bio. Oh, okay.
Oh, no, bio and info. I think it actually says to put it on the card. So if that's the case, then we'll put it in bio and info.
Yeah.
Midwife of Barleytown.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Gollum of Ravenhall.
Cool. Jess, do you
I'm
have your
happy
name
to
on
go
your
last.
character sheet yet?
I don't know.
Thanks for choosing your name.
No, my name is. I like Fawn.
Oh yeah. So if you click on your character sheet and you hit edit in the top right hand corner of it, you should be able to change. You should be able to set the name and like type things into the bio field.
Oh, no, I was just gonna let it be called a character for Jess forever. No, where's she gone? Come back, character for Jess. Oh no, it's alright. Found it. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm on top of this.
It's okay.
I don't know. Carrie feels.
I was thinking possibly Fox or Crab Singer. Or maybe Fugitive. I'm very indecisive.
Fugitive is another really interesting one.
I think I like either Scholar or Crab Singer.
All right. Well, I'm happy for you to be Crab Singer. Like, if you want to.
Why not? Why not? When am I ever going to get this chance again?
Exactly. When else do you get to have the title Crab Singer?
I mean, the main reason I was wanting it was just because I wanted it played, because it sounds really strange. Yeah. I might go Fugitive of Stormguard.
So wait, did we decide we're putting it in the name or in the bio?
It's up to you. I'm putting it in the bio.
Yeah, I think we've put it in the bio. Yep.
Okay.
I'm just making my own notes. Hopefully my horrible keyboard is not too loud. Horrible, amazing keyboard. Elamura.
I mean, it is very loud, but it's okay.
Elamura, what were you? You were Fugitive?
Sorry? Me? Oh, yeah, yes.
Fugitive?
Yes, I forgot my name. Yeah. Fugitive of Stormguard. Yeah.
Cool. Stormguard. Oh, I can spell, it's fine. And we have Fawn, Crab Singer of Istalia. Alright, cool. Now, up top, you can see some tokens. Each of them, they're kind of stacked because each of them has like 2 sides. So each of us is going to choose a token for ourselves, and we're going to choose one to represent the Magus, who we all share.
Is the magus a person or
The
a
magus
thing?
is a person.
Okay.
Oh.
Ah, I see.
Yeah,
So one
magic is dying,
magus.
and the magus is dying with it. We travel
I
together to the realm
see.
of Umbra, where magic was born.
Right, so we're traveling with the magus.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Hmm.
Huh.
Um,
I like the bird.
Cool, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 I think I really like the candle one, personally.
Mm.
Candle really appeals to me.
What do we think that represents the magus?
I don't know why, but I think the ocean, the one with the ocean, or the one with the tree.
So the bird has an egg on the backside. Candle
Oh.
has
Ah.
an
Oh.
extinguished candle on the backside. The one is a river on one side and and I
An
think it's the
enriched-
sea in front of mountains on the other side, and then the tree is either with or without leaves.
Hmm.
Oh, no,
Huh.
and the sword is broken. I see. Right.
Yeah, so it's broken.
Yeah. Well, I feel like maybe the magus, magus. How are we saying it?
Up to you.
Okay.
I'm saying
Either way,
magus,
I think
but
they
that's-
should have. Yeah. I think to me, maybe the like broken sword represents them because they're dying.
Mm.
Mm.
Do we get to choose which side of the coin we feel
I mean, it doesn't
represents
say we don't.
any given? Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah.
Although, I mean, I would imagine there'd be some sort of coin flipping mechanic at some point in the game. Do you know if the
I haven't
rules
seen
say
that
any-
in the rules.
Oh,
Unless it comes up in specific parts along the way. But let's just leave it with, like, we can choose as we like for the moment.
okay.
Well, yeah, I'm happy with the sword being the magus.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool. I like that from a tarot perspective.
Yep. I'm happy to go with the ocean then.
And I'll take the tree then. Cool. I like that. I like
Yep.
that I'm not taking the river.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. That's
Like,
right.
I don't want to. I don't.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's.
I was like, oh, is that a thing that you do, Ash? Like, do you no? It's because you are River.
That's because it's my name. Yeah. All right. Let's put all of these over here. We'll putting the broken sword, aren't we? We're using the broken sword.
Mm.
I'm gonna put the other ones. I'm gonna hide the others. So you're not the extinguished candle, are you, Emily?
No, I think I'll be the
And we're
the
not
lit
the egg,
candle.
are we? All right.
Oh, although extinguished. No, I want to be the extinguished candle. I've changed my mind.
You
I
want
wanna
to be the extinguished candle? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, yeah, the
Well-
extinguished candle, the broken sword, the sea and the gulls, and the birdie, and the tree.
Yeah.
I'm just going to check these onto the GM layer so that they're not really that's in our face. Alright, good job. Let's have a look, see. Now, we've done our setup. We've chosen tokens. Alright. Place a magus. Right, let me do a bit of wait. There we go. Is that good?
Yep.
Oh, I can see things.
Yeah. So, can someone please place the magus onto Ravenhall, where our
Can do.
journey begins? Cool. Alright. So, we take turns one at a time, telling a small part of the story. During your turn, other players may contribute ideas, make suggestions, and act out other characters, but you get final say over what happens during your turn. We each also get final say over what is true about our own character. So, this is Ravenhall as a location. You can tell because of the fancy font at the top and the nice little picture. And then you can see there are 4 scenes around Ravenhall. each of us on our turn moves our character token to one of those scenes, and we describe that scene from our character's perspective. And then we have to use the story prompt, which is the like little text underneath in that scene. So, for instance, why you serve the magus has to come up if you do the scene about the scrying pool. Now the rose gardens are an exception here because they have instead of having a prompt, they have 3 traits there, the little pluses. And so when you describe the scene, you have to select one of the traits listed and describe how that is true about one of the characters, your character or one of the other players. And if it's another player, they kind of have to agree to it. And then you write that trait down on the character's note card.
By have to agree to it, you mean like they can say, no, I don't think that suits my character?
I think
you mean they are...
I think as far as it goes, we should...
Or
just check.
By have to, do you mean like it's better if they just agree?
It's better to have a consensus on that.
Yep, cool.
We're trying to tell a story together, and we trust each other to be to be doing that, and responsibly.
Yep.
Now, would people like me to do the first turn, or would someone else like to have a go at the first turn?
I think you should do the first turn.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll do it.
Lead us, brave leader.
Oh, yay. All right.
Although I do actually have an idea, so if you're stuck for ideas,
I'm going to take one, and you're not going to have that option anymore if I do it.
It's true. It's true. That's right.
All right. I'm gonna go with the scrying pool. I think, we open on the like outside of a cottage at night. And there's light coming out of this cottage, and we hear the sound of a woman screaming in pain, and someone speaking calmly to them, and then a man holding like a bundle of like towels and things runs up to the door and goes to just go in, and then stops himself and knocks, and this calm voice says, "You can come in. It's okay, Braden. She's doing well." And then Braden goes into the thing, and a few moments later we hear the sound of a baby crying, and cries of joy and things, and then we zoom away from the house, from the cottage, and we pass through a barrier, and we see that the cottage is reflected in the surface of a pool of water, in a huge glass dish, that is sat in a beautiful garden, and it as River is staring over it and smiling gently, I think the Magus comes up behind her, and the Magus puts her hand on River's shoulder, and is you've been lucky, and you used my aid well. You brought new life into the world, and that is sacred. I'm glad to have you by my side now. And I think that's the end of my scene.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
So the reason I serve the Magus is because they've given me gifts that have aided me in my work.
As a midwife, of course. Shall I go second?
Yep. Also,
maybe
I
next.
didn't do the thing that you can do, which is introduce other players into the scene. So I should have got. Actually, let's play that scene out a little more.
Sure.
And because I'm gonna get Emily to play the Magus. So
Aha, I see.
right, so that we
Yeah.
get a bit of an example of that. So like
Right, so you can bring players in, but not necessarily as their core
So
characters.
yeah, let's retcon that a bit. So like we zoom out, we see me, and we see the Magus approaching from behind. What does the Magus do?
I mean, I think what you said there, I like. Can you tell me again, like what the sort of wording is? Is like
Yeah, it was
what?
just that like I had that River had used the gifts of the Magus well, and the Magus was
Okay. I guess I have a question of like, and I don't know, maybe this is up to everyone, but in this vision, do you imagine that the Magus looks unwell?
I think that's
old
for,
or
up to us to decide as we tell the story.
Okay. I feel like maybe the Magus actually looks like very young in this scene. So whether that means it's a long time ago or, you know, they've just maybe aged or sickened a lot in a short amount of time, or maybe even as they're dying, they still look young. Do we have a sense of like of the Magus as a person, like what kind of person they are, their gender, etc.? Is that something you want me to just totally make up on the fly?
I'm handing the Magus's appearance over to you for the moment.
Sure. Okay. I think the Magus is a woman. I think she has very dark skin and kind of like hair that is sort of like a bluish green, and seems to be naturally that color. Yeah, I think she is one of those people whose age like is always kind of hard to tell, the way that Björk never seems to age. And yeah, I think she sort of says this kind of thing to River, and I don't know that there's a really long interaction, but I'm wondering if maybe she asks a question.
Yeah. That's cool.
I think she actually asks River, and maybe it's sort of, we get the sense that this is a continuation of like something they've talked about before. I think she kind of sees River's expression as River is like looking at this scene, and like kind of, you know, catches her eye, and says, and what about you and a family of your own? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, and she like, and she's like, like looks down and then like looks back up and says, I understand that, I understand the purpose of your gifts and the ways in which you would like me to use them, but I cannot give myself that.
I am sad to hear that. I pray that one day you will feel differently.
Yeah.
But I think that's all she says.
Yeah, and I think, and like, yeah, I think River's like, like just kind of like under her breath, like, maybe one day. Cool.
Sad.
So that's yeah. And like you can, so really I should have invited Emily to be the Magus in that scene, at the start of the scene.
Right. So is it like is it a good general rule that
to be their own character? You can halfway through be like, I'm introducing this. Can someone play this? You could be the sound. You could be like a person. You could say, can someone such and such play the wind in this scene?
Right. So it doesn't even have to be like characters. It can be other
Yeah, so it can
more
be
abstract
your
characters.
character, an NPC, an abstract thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And you said the rules say that it's a good idea to bring other characters in.
I mean,
Like
we kind of
generally,
will
is
need
that a
to.
good
Like,
general?
like
Or
if you're gonna have other forces in the scene, you may as well invite another player to join you,
okay.
rather than
Yeah.
having a monologue.
Okay. Well, the thing that I was envisaging for my one, I think is like probably pretty small. Only a little thing. I'm just trying to think whether there is other people in it.
I'm just gonna read through the list of like good ideas for scenes.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Start with a physical description of the place. Use touch, smell, or taste in your description. Ask a lot of questions. What does the rose garden look like, or what is going on at the bridge right now? Yeah, so you can.
To other players?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Ah, I like that.
Leave plenty of space for quieter players to speak. Speak in character. Ask someone to play a part of your scene, like a fisherman, the wind, or a flock of birds. Describe a brief moment in detail. When you revisit a scene and show what has changed, skip ahead to the part that interests you. Don't hang around in don't assume that your scene has to be a linear section of time, right? Like we can jump back and forward a little bit and as we need to tell the story. And go back to something interesting that we skipped and ask for ideas.
Cool. All right, that's good. That's good to know because that takes a lot of the pressure off of go just tell an amazing scene entirely by yourself. That's fine. You can do that, right? But no, if there's if we can ask each other questions and all of that kind of thing, that makes it a lot easier.
Technically, if we're going in order of the thing, Em, I think it is your turn next.
Yep, I'm happy to. That's fine. I think I'm gonna choose the bridge. You're facing the river.
So move your
Yep. Okay. So I think the scene that we get is this kind of tree-lined river, like a small river, with very very close and green and covered over, and there's a little kind of wooden footbridge that goes over over the top of it, and I think I want to ask a question of the group. I think that there is there are two figures in this scene. I think there's Caspian, who is a young person of ambiguous gender, who is wrapped in a kind of cream robe with a hood, and all you can really see of them from behind is this kind of wiry hair, like spun gold, that sort of comes out of the hood in places. And I think that they are walking across the bridge, and maybe on the other side, up a path, we can see Ravenhall. And they're carrying a big basket of something. What do we think is in the basket?
Possibly food, supplies for a journey.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, yeah. So like supplies for going somewhere as opposed to just castle.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that. And I think there's also somebody standing on the bridge, maybe doing something, or having a conversation or something like that. Who do you think might be standing on the bridge?
Do you want it to be one of our player characters, or do we want it to be someone else?
Yeah, it can be.
I could be on a bridge.
I think
Yeah.
can it
Fawn-
be
Fawn
can
could
it
be on the bridge.
Can it be Fawn and the Magus?
Fawn and the Magus. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Are they so they're having a conversation?
Yeah, I feel like, but like I
Cool.
don't feel like we can hear that right now.
Yeah, exactly. I think actually when we come into the scene, yeah, we get like the shot, I guess, of like the back of Caspian and like the sound of their boots sort of crunching, and like the sound of the wind, and we can just very, very distantly hear like the murmur of voices, but it's kind of mixed in with like the sound of the river. So I think, yeah, at the beginning we don't hear what they are talking about. Would somebody be happy to play the Magus in this scene?
Yeah, I
Probably
guess I
not
could.
me.
Yes, that's true. And then I said this, and then I said this, and then I said this. Cool. All right. Yeah. So I think Caspian like approaches the bridge, and I think like as they kind of come closer to the two who are having this conversation, they kind of hesitate, like they would really need to push past them to to cross the bridge with this big basket that they have, and the conversation seems to be like not necessarily heated, but like kind of like intense in some way. Do we get a sense of like what they're talking about?
I mean, if someone's walking across the bridge with supplies for a journey, maybe there's some kind of reason. Maybe something is going on in the, I don't know where we are, kingdom. I guess. I don't know. Land.
We're near Ravenhall,
Yeah,
but we don't know where.
we're in
Yeah, we don't
Ravenhall.
really know what's outside of. Okay, we don't know what's
We're
outside of
near
that yet, but well, yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe this is a conversation about the journey with the Magus that is, going to take place. Perhaps that's what we're all preparing for, that or something.
Yeah. So okay, is the Magus happy about this journey? How does the Magus feel about the journey?
So I think the Magus feels that it's necessary. Like it's something that they that she needs to do to find out why magic is dying. Like, and she's she's trying to I guess recruit people, like trusted friends to sort of help join her on her journey, and perhaps that's what the discussion with Fawn is about.
Is I'm curious, and tell me if you don't think that this is the kind of way that your character would see it, but I wonder if it's almost a case of like Fawn is trying to convince the Magus that she's too ill to go on this like journey, like, no, you're unwell, like let us go for you, or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. I think she would be for sure concerned. I don't know if because what you were saying before, she kind of looks young, or she's gotten ill sort of quickly. I wonder how quickly it's kind of escalated, because if this has happened over a short period of time, Fawn's probably saying things like remember how you were just 2 days ago, imagine how you'll be in 2 days time. It's probably not in anyone's best interest for you to be in danger any more than you are currently. Yeah. I think maybe Fawn, I don't know. I'm still trying to work out how Fawn feels about magic in general.
Okay,
and I'm still trying to work out. Oh, go.
I'm just gonna say like I think like we see that snippet of conversation, and then we like probably see like the Magus's expression, and then like go back to, because it is we are focusing on Caspian in this.
Sure.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so I think like
Well, I wanted to know what was the face like. What did the Magus's face though?
yeah.
Look like though?
Oh, I think the Magus would just be stubborn and and insist on be insistent on going.
Yeah,
Because,
like set her lip and be like,
Yep.
cool.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
determined. Yeah.
Yep. She puts on that authoritative look or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. So I think like they maybe don't really react to Caspian's approach by the sounds of it. Like I think they don't really notice them. And so there's this kind of moment where Caspian is has noticed that they haven't become aware of their presence, and kind of tries to like move past them on the bridge carrying this this basket very awkwardly, and the basket tips, and one of the items, like a piece of bread or something, like falls out of the basket, and drops over the side of the bridge and into the water. And just sort of like instinctively, Caspian leans over the railing to look down where the food has fallen into the water. And I think we get this sort of shot from their perspective, of like the ripples in the water, and like the bread underneath, like kind of like falling into the dark water, and then the surface goes still and they can see the reflection of their face in the water. And I think their most of their face is covered in this like really dark burn. I think they've got quite like kind of pale skin, but yeah, they've clearly been like horrifically burned over most of their face. And I think there's sort of a pause, a moment in which they're kind of just standing there, and it seems as though maybe they haven't looked at their face since it has been like this, but we don't get a sense of how long that is. I feel like we've maybe closed the scene on that, I think.
Yeah. I just realized that it doesn't say you can't move your token to somewhere that someone's already put their token.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Just a quick reminder. Your character Caspian is a golem of Ravenhall. Is that? Okay.
Yeah, that's the title. Yep.
Yeah. Just
not sure what that means yet, but
yep,
we'll find out.
Yep. No worries. Okay, so for my scene, I might go to the Rose Gardens. Yep. So for my scene, Elamura is just wandering through the Rose Gardens. It's a very wild garden, so a lot of just vines and like really, really large rose bushes, almost like trees, and just it's very sprawling and wild, and and there's just this smell of this very sweet, almost overpoweringly sweet smell, and Elamura's walking through there, just reflecting on I guess the request to join the Magus on this journey. So Elamura, I guess she's fairly sort of average height and build, but that has long dark hair, and slightly tan skin. She's reflecting how like the Magus has sort of, well, actually I guess this is more like why she serves the Magus, but I don't know if it's something I should go into here or not.
No, go for it.
But-
Yeah,
as
you
long
can
as you,
still do
as
that.
long as someone ends up with either beautiful, legendary, or fierce added to their character at the end of this.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Like. So Elamura feels that she owes a debt to the Magus for taking her in, despite being sort of on the run from the law. I'm not going to go into any detail on that at the moment.
Leave it open.
Yeah, and she's just kind of trying to decide whether or not to join the Magus, and I'm just wondering, like, who do you think she could encounter in this maze?
I mean, I'm happy for her to encounter River.
Yeah.
Because River's already agreed.
Okay, yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. So yeah, walking through this rose maze, she kind of she encounters River, and the two stop to have a talk.
And like, I think like we're in this rose maze, and like you come across like this section in the maze that has a big glass dish in it, with filled with water, and like I think like River is just kind of like staring solemnly into it without seeing anything, and you like take a step behind her, and like it makes a noise or something, and she like jumps, and like I didn't give a physical description of River before. She's late 40s. Her grey hair is like chopped pretty like practically short, and yeah, she like and she's got like working hands, and wears like simple like blouse and trousers.
Yeah.
And she starts, and she like turns around and she's like, "Ah, it's you. You do give people a start like that, don't you?
I'm sorry, River.
What are you doing?" I thought the Magus was just here. Were you here to see them?
No, I've actually just been speaking with her. Yeah, she's asked me to join her on a journey. I don't know if you're already aware of her what she has planned.
And and I think River like nods, and she's like, she gave a gift to my grandmother and to her grandmother, to my grandmother's grandmother. If she cannot give it to ones that come after me, I fear for what will become of our world. I'll do anything I can to help. What will our world be like? We can see that, and she like splashes the empty dish that clearly has no vision within it, and it's like, our world is built on magic. The Magus has always been here for us. If we can't do something to return that gift in this time, what good have we done?
True. I just fear for what like the Magus has provided me with a safe haven, somewhere where I can I can escape like from those out there who are hunting me. Part of me is afraid that by venturing out with the Magus, that especially in her weakened state, that I might lose that protection. I might I might.
If the Magus dies, you lose that protection anyway.
This is true. and I do owe her for taking me in. And I think Elamura sort of makes that decision there and then. It's that resolve, and perhaps this is where, like, perhaps Elamura gets the fierce sort of attribute.
Like, well, I mean, like, she's like
trait.
I think River's like, it's like, I know you've tried to put something away since you came here, but it might be needed where we're going.
Yes, and perhaps I owe the Magus not just to accompany her, but to protect her as she's protected me.
Cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right. So
yeah,
that's my scene, I think.
Yeah, add fierce to your character.
Yep.
But yeah, just in the list of bio stuff. Yeah. Also, you muted him.
Okay.
Sorry, Ash can hear me from the other room. I was just checking that, like, if we get those sorts of things, do we just put them underneath our title or whatever?
Yep.
So.
Easy. Cool. All right. Next up is Jess playing Fawn. And yeah, you can choose one that someone's already chosen, or you can.
I mean, I think I'm gonna switch it up a bit and put myself in the menagerie just to cover all the bases. All right. So I think that so the last time you saw real magic. So I think that the time that this a scene is occurring in is kind of is a bit before these other scenes and before the Magus was ill. So Fawn, I haven't really described Fawn. The way I imagine Fawn is that she's quite old, but doesn't really look quite old, kind of in like an elven sense, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picturing her as looking quite elven. So I imagine she has short hair, kind of like the pixie sort of sense. I think it's reddy ginger, kind of like the kind that you would find on, a deer, like Bambi, like a fawn, a deer fawn sort of color. I think the menagerie is somewhere she likes to go quite often, because she enjoys being in the presence of animals. Still working out her crab singer situation, but I think she has some kind of affinity with animals, sea animals at least. So she enters the menagerie, which in my head is a large sort of enclosed area, but enclosed in the way that imagine you're at a zoo and they have those sort of big bird enclosures, or the big sort of enclosures where you can walk through and the animals kind of are harmless but flying around and still
I'm totally
contained.
picturing like a glass house, like a really massive glass house.
Yeah, like a really huge one, so the animals can move around and be happy and live life, but kind of within the confines of this Ravenhall. I think the animals that come to the menagerie are animals that are sick, so they come there to recover. And I think that Fawn is walking through this space, kind of reflecting on the nature of life and how she's taking peace and comfort from the fact that these animals are healing, and even from sort of times of great like despair, these things can get better. So does someone want to play like the magus in this one? I'm going to bring the magus into mine as well.
Well, I feel like Ash hasn't played the magus yet.
That's true.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like where do we see the magus? If
So what I imagine is that she sees the magus kind of in a bit in the distance from where she is, doing something magical. Take that how you will. That captures her attention, that she's kind of transfixed on, that Fawn is kind of transfixed on, that she notices.
I think she's painting birds, right? Like she's taking like white doves or whatever, and just has a paintbrush and is like a white dove like walks past and she like picks it up and she starts painting it all these beautiful colors that become like iridescent and like shiny.
Ah, that would transfix Fawn, indeed.
And then like
Yeah.
she lets it go, and then like another and like a little like white parrot walks up and she like starts painting it rainbow colors or whatever.
Yeah. So I think Fawn walks up to her, just kind of smiling and watching the birds as they fly away, because it's kind of an amazing thing to see.
And I think like she finishes painting one and just like hands like goes to hand it to you, like.
Oh. Fawn sticks her arm out and she just kind of, the bird sits on her arm. And she says that's an amazing talent. What amazing things magic can do in this world.
It's not just what magic can do. Magic is in this world. Everything around us is touched by it. Laughter of children, babbling of brooks, beautiful clouds on a sunny day, the relief of a rainstorm on a cold one. Magic is what we are. Magic is the way the world breathes. My role is just to focus it where it's needed.
I guess in my life, it's been so rare that I've seen it focused on something so beautiful, and we've all seen a lot of destruction. It's refreshing to see the opposite, that you can take this power that's around us, this mystical thing, and instead of wielding it in an attempt to become more powerful, you use it to make the things around you more beautiful. And maybe that's an everyday occurrence for you, but not for me.
And yeah,
and she's just looking at the bird.
She like looks a little sad when you're saying this, and it's like, and then like smiles and it's like, I think that maybe you're one of the few that will get to see it more.
I hope so.
She's like, it's all about learning to see.
I hope that one day I can. Yeah. And I think maybe that's where the scene ends, with her just standing there with this bird.
Yeah. Right.
And
But it definitely ends with the bird pooping on you, right? Like.
yeah, for sure.
No.
But I think that's maybe the beginning of their sort of a friendship that she has with the magus.
That's cool.
That's lovely.
Right. Did we want to take a 5-minute break here? 5 minutes.
Yeah, seems like a good spot.
Just 5
Yep.
minutes.
Just 5 minutes. All right. Just 5 minutes. We can do it.
I believe in us. All right,
Mhm.
chat. We'll be back in a minute. Bye.